Hey there, PDX Real Estate Podcast listeners. Before we get into today's show, I've got a real quick announcement for you, and that is that my company, TTM, is still looking to buy fixers and teardowns all over the Portland metro area, even in this post-corona economy that we have going on right now. So if you have anything that comes across your desk that may not fit the retail market, we'd love to hear from you. All you got to do is go to our website, which is ttmdevelopmentcompany.com. There's a Contact Us tab. Fill out the information, submit it to us, and we'll give you a call. Or if you'd like to, just call us at the office, 503-224-6200, and we'd love to chat with you about the property. Now, let's get into the show. This is the Portland Real Estate Podcast, your number one place for anything you need to know about the Portland real estate market, along with in-depth interviews from our local real estate industry experts. Now, without further ado, here are our hosts, Tucker Merrihew from TTM Development Company and Steve Nassar from Premier Property Group. What is up, everybody out there in listener land, and welcome to the Portland Real Estate Podcast, the pre-Christmas edition. Now, of course, I'm here this week. I'm by myself. I don't have my wonderful co-host with me, but I wanted to record a quick show and just kind of a little State of the Union, a little announcement. I wanted to bring your guys' attention to something that we're doing this week that I felt really compelled to be a part of. And I'm hoping that many of you guys out there in Listenerland may also feel that same way, and we can get you to support our cause. So this has nothing to do with me, and it has everything to do with those that have been affected this year in a very negative way. Now, I want to start by telling you a little story. It was probably, March earlier this year. And, every Wednesday night I go to bowling league. That's kind of been one of my things that I enjoy doing. It allows me to kind of unwind, get away from the crazy kids, and hang out and have some guy time and, roll the ball down the lane and, hopefully roll a good score too at the same time. So come March this year, we had, I remember one specific Wednesday. It was the Wednesday when they shut down the NBA because of the coronavirus. And that was the last week that we had a bowling league, unfortunately. And beyond that, they put it on hold. We, of course, didn't know how long hold was going to be. Turns out it ended up being pretty much the rest of the year, right? So we went into November, and at that point, we had got the green light to start bowling league back up finally, which was awesome. I was really excited to hear that. And so we went, and it was, kind of limited number of people that were going because some people just weren't comfortable, which is fine. But there were still quite a few of us there. Of course, we had masks on. When we got there, the bowling alley had done a ton of work. They had built dividers in between every lane with plexiglass. They had put dividers up anywhere where you would have, interaction with another human being, which, I understand it's a safety thing, but it's sad to see too because of, all of the interaction that can no longer take place, or if it has to take place, it has to take place behind a barrier, right? But the point is that they put in all this work, right? They did everything that they possibly could to make it safe so that they could operate as a business, which was, so important to them. And really to any business right now. We've been fortunate, to be in a business that has actually thrived this year in real estate, which is crazy, which is one of the reasons why I'm doing this. But anyway, back to the story. So we went to bowling league Wednesday night. It was in November, and had a great night. It felt great to just get back on the lanes, talk to some guys, do it in a safe manner, but enjoy our time back in real life. And then we had a impending secondary shutdown that happened just a couple of days later when our governor came out and said that we have to shut everything down again. No indoor dining in restaurants, gyms have to be closed, bowling alleys are one of those things as well. And a couple of days after that, the bowling alley, which was Kellogg Bowl, they closed their doors forever. A business that's been around for decades and decades and decades, they closed their doors forever. And now our bowling league is without a place to have league. We're going to have to struggle to find another alley that will be able to accept us, and hopefully there's other alleys that are actually in business, once we open back up. But the reason why I'm telling you the story is because there's true carnage here. There's businesses that are lost forever. There are jobs that are lost forever. And those businesses and those jobs, they impact lives. They leave a thumbprint on people's lives that now have been removed forever. And we don't want that to happen again as much as possible. Now, of course, we can't change every business. We can't save every business, but we can do our part to try and make sure that when we open back up fully, which hopefully will be soon enough for those that want to, our world looks as similar as it possibly can to what it was when we closed down. Right now, we're in a very tough spot for a lot of small business. Like I said, our business has been able to continue to operate, which is one of the reasons why I'm donating to this cause and I'm helped kind of ringleading this cause because we're fortunate. We're one of the fortunate businesses. And this year has created a very clear divide between haves and have-nots. The have-nots being a lot of businesses that, are on the wrong side of the line, right? That are deemed, not able to operate for whatever reason. And so what we're doing here is I've teamed up with Justin Harnish from Harnish Properties, and we are creating a GoFundMe page. Well, we have created a GoFundMe page. There's links in the show notes. There'll be links in this post when we kind of bring your guys' attention to this episode on social and everywhere else. And we've created a GoFundMe page. Justin and myself have both contributed $2,500 a piece to get the campaign going. But we're contributing this money to try and save and help businesses here in the Lake Oswego area. Of course, I live in Lake Oswego. I have on and off for the last 18 years. Justin's lived here his entire life. And there's a lot of restaurants here that are having a very tough time. There's some gyms here that are having a very tough time. And we want to do everything that we can to help ensure that these businesses make it through the other side. And there's probably some other businesses there as well. Every dollar that we raise goes directly to these restaurants. We're going to go deliver it ourselves to each one. And we know a lot of business owners that need it in this area. And we want to do everything that we can to give back. Again, we've been fortunate to be in the real estate business this year. And as crazy as it is, that's thrived. So, we want to do our part. We really want to chip in and we want to help those businesses that are on the wrong side of the line and that have been punched this year and have been unable to operate. And in a lot of cases are just barely hanging on, just like Kellogg Bowl, that they just couldn't make it, and ultimately they closed their doors forever. So we want to prevent that from happening. We want to prevent the butterfly effect as much as possible of these businesses closing their doors forever, losing jobs, losing impact on the people that they serve and the people that work for them. And we want to try and do everything we can to preserve our community. So with that said, we've got a GoFundMe page set up. I'll have the link in the show notes. We would really appreciate it if any of you guys have any money to spare. I know it's a tough ask this year for many of you, and if you're on the other side of the line or the bad side of the line, we're not expecting you to donate anything. But if you have been on the good side of the line this year, if your industry and your job has been saved, I strongly encourage you guys to give something, right? Help try and make our community here in Lake Oswego the same that it was, or as close to that as possible, before we close down. The latest round of stimulus came out yesterday, and it's very obvious that there is not going to be much to help a lot of these businesses. There's a little bit of PPP money, there's a little bit of a stimulus check, but not enough to move the needle and not enough to save a lot of these businesses. So we're hoping to raise enough money here, take it on ourselves, take it out of government's hands, put it in our hands, and really try and save some of these businesses and help them get over the finish line of this lockdown period so that when we open back up, we can open back up with a lot of places to go, a lot of things to do, and a lot of businesses to support. So make sure you go to the link to the GoFundMe page. Give anything you can. $10, great. $100, great. $200, great. Whatever it is, just anything will really help, and we'll make sure that every dollar goes to the businesses around here to really help make sure that they can survive and we can kind of push through and pop out the other side. So with that said, I hope all of our listeners have a fantastic Christmas, whatever it looks like, a great New Year's. And on behalf of myself and my co-host of this show, we look forward to seeing you guys again in 2021.
Thanks again for listening to our show, and make sure to tune in next week for another great episode of the Portland Real Estate Podcast.